Welcome back. Time now is 6:14, so let's check in with meteorologist Thomas Geboy. And Thomas, we got a lot going on this morning. Rain here in the valley and a lot of snow in the mountains.
Yeah, and even up the canyons as well. We're seeing even more times of steadier and heavier snow. So for this morning commute, really no matter where you are across the Beehive State, build in that extra time. And for elevations really above 6,000 feet, we have winter driving conditions, and we even have times of a wintry mix on some of our valleys in northern Utah. We'll get to that in just a minute, but we still have winter storm warnings for our central to northern mountains. That continues through 2 o'clock this afternoon. At this point, most mountains across the state early this morning are reporting between 8 and 12 inches of snow. And on our central and northern mountains, that snow will continue through at least the early stretch of the afternoon. Meanwhile, on the Wasatch Front, Wasatch back, Cache Valley, eastern Box Elder County, and Tooele and Rush Valleys, a winter weather advisory continues through 10 o'clock this morning. We are starting to see a little bit more snow in portions along the Wasatch Front and down to our valley floors. Cache Valley is exclusively seeing snow at this point, and we could potentially pick up 4 inches of snow again. It all depends on whether or not we see that transition, but that chance could still happen. Meanwhile, we could see up to 6 inches of snow for some of our benches, 2 to 6 for the Wasatch back. And of course, if we see that snow, we're going to have those winter driving conditions. So can't stress enough, build in that extra time for that morning commute, because even if we're seeing times of straight rain for that Friday morning commute, that will lead to slippery roads. And we are seeing times of straight rain in the Salt Lake Valley, more or less along the entirety of the I-15 corridor, stretching up in the Davis County. But it looks like we could be seeing straight snow in portions of Weber County up towards Cache Valley, and even could be seeing a little bit of snow on some of the benches and even down into portions of Utah County as well, while Tooele Valley and Rush Valley is mainly seeing snow, with snow in our mountains and for the Wasatch back as well. Meanwhile, we're seeing isolated shower activity in the eastern portion of the state, so some wet conditions along the I-70 corridor. Moab dry right now, but we did see some showers move through during the overnight hours, and still seeing a few isolated showers in the southwestern portion of the state, generally in the higher terrain. But we could be seeing some rain and even a wintry mix along the I-15 corridor in the northern portion of Washington County. So if you're driving, say, between Cedar City and St. George, you're also going to want to build in some extra time, and also could be seeing snow near the I-15, I-70 interchange. So we are looking at those treacherous conditions really across a lot of the state. Let's go ahead and begin the FUTURECAST, 8 o'clock this morning. And the best chance over the next several hours will be in the central and northern portion of the state. The chance for wet weather will end first in southwestern Utah, will continue in the northern half of the state, more or less through the early stretch of the afternoon. But this FUTURECAST showing at noon today, still at least a slight chance along the Wasatch Front, as our mountains likely will continue to see times of snow. But as we go from this afternoon into this evening, high pressure will start to build in from our west, leading to calm conditions tonight into Saturday. Partly cloudy skies, but the calm conditions likely not going to last. We have one weak system that's likely going to arrive on Sunday, could bring us a slight chance for wet weather, and then a better chance for wet weather will be arriving as we go into early next week, as this active pattern will continue to stick around. But here's a look at the FUTURECAST precipitation. And it is very tricky, but this particular forecast model is showing that at least along the Wasatch Front, we're going to hold on to that chance for some accumulations through at least the first half of today. So we can't rule out the chance, even though we are still seeing times of straight rain. Here's the view from Moab. Red Cliffs Lodge in Moab, as I mentioned, did see some wet weather, and we still have mostly cloudy skies off in the distance. Meanwhile, at Snow Basin, that snow is still steady and it's still falling hard. A little while ago, they were reporting 8 inches of snow. Now Snow Basin is closer to 10 inches of snow, with that snow likely going to continue at least over the next several hours. And as I mentioned a little while ago as well, Cache Valley exclusively seeing snow, and that snow is sticking to the roadways, and that's because the temperature right around freezing. We're also seeing straight snow in Heber City, 38 in Salt Lake. That's why we're seeing rain. 33 degrees in Provo and 41 degrees in St. George. And your out the door forecast along the Wasatch Front, holding on to that chance for snow through around 9, 10 o'clock. Then we could see possibly even a wintry mix through around midday. Then the chance for wet weather will go down throughout the rest of today into this evening. But throughout the entirety of the day, you're going to want at least that winter jacket, with daytime highs along the Wasatch Front, mainly in the mid to upper 30s, mid 30s in Logan at 36, a high of 47 in Moab, 38 in Cedar City, 50 in St. George, and by this afternoon, St. George, wouldn't be surprised if we actually see at least a halfway decent amount of sunshine. But this active pattern sticking around, still have moisture that will continue to come in through the Pacific through at least the middle of next week. And in St. George, a slight rain chance over the next hour or so, but that chance will continue to go down as we go throughout the rest of today. Mostly dry through the weekend, highs near 50, then bringing in a better chance for rain Tuesday into Wednesday with our next potent storm system. Then along the Wasatch Front, rain and snow a possibility through at least the early stretch of the afternoon, clearing this afternoon into tonight. Dry for our Saturday, a slight chance on Sunday, then that chance ramps up Monday into Tuesday, where we could see some valley rain and mountain snow by the middle of next week.